Hello everyone, welcome back to our podcast where we talk about one of the most fascinating criminal cases in the world. For today's episode, we're gonna talk about a man from North Sumatra known as Ahmad Suradji. He is the sorcerer and healer that allegedly killed a lot of people from his black magic activity like back in 1990s. Are you curious about the story? Let's dive in. Suraj didn't start first as a holy man. He was a criminal, he was a thief and brawler, and he got into jail for over 10 years. And after he was out of jail, he actually converted himself to a sorcerer or a healer, or I would say in Indonesian as dukun. From his black magic activity or amulet, he actually been killed a lot of women. And this is story a bit like confusing because he killed people by a dream that actually not unreasonable idea to do. So the horror truly began in 1968. After his father passed away, he actually got a dream. His father say to specifically dream to kill 17 women and drink their saliva, which is disgusting. In his twisted mind, this just wasn't a dream. This is a truly brilliant idea to do. If he thought if he could make this quota, he could be the strongest healer or sorcerer in the world. So he didn't want to wait for another decades to kill 70 women by nature. So he helped a little bit by hunting them. So Fitri, did you know like the early stages of Ahmad Suradji after he converted himself being sorcerer after jail?
Before that, as long as I know, Suradji was born on January 10, 1949 in the village that called Pasarongkat in North Sumatra. When he was growing up, he wasn't exactly known as a well-behaved kid because he often got into trouble things like stealing and getting into fight with other people. When he was about 19 years old, he was arrested and sent into jail, like the Farrell said, for like 10 years. After he was released, instead of he continuing his crime, he became a shaman. Actually, in Indonesia, many people believe in spiritual healers. So Suradji started to offering spiritual consultation, charm, and rituals that were supposed to help people with problems like money, reputation, relationship, or health. Another unusual thing about him is that he had 3 wives that was actually sisters. Their names were Tumini, Tumina, and Nadia. They all lived together with him in the same house. Over time, people in the village began to respect him as a spiritual figure, and many people came to his house looking for help and guidance. But at that time, no one realized that something really dark is happening in his house, behind his house.
So he has killed a lot of people. So after his father passed away, he actually received a dream from his father to kill a lot of women and drink those saliva to become one of the strongest sorcerers in the world. He actually believed them that it's actually an unreasonable idea to do, but yeah, This is what black magic is. It's unreasonable and unlogical in the mind of people. So, Amel, did you know about the more specific dream that he got from his father?
Okay, here's the turning points of Suraji life. Suraji father passed away when he was still very young, about 7 months old, and his father is also spiritual practice, also into spiritual practice. And one night, Suraji had a dream that her father appeared in his dream and gave him an order to sacrifice 70 women and drink their saliva. And only with that, her powers will be his powers will be complete. That sounds insane, but Suraji believed it 100%. And in his mind, he didn't want to wait to 17 people to die naturally, so he decided to to find the victim himself and kill them.
So yeah, that is the analogical that he got into. So that I want to talk about is his method. His method was unhuman to another people mind. His victim were women in help for wealth, beauty, or fixing a relationship. He would lure them into a sugarcane field and told them to dig them up and buried them inside the dirt. And he strangled his victim with cable, and they were trapped and unable to move, so they were dead in a lonely mine. So, Putri, did you know more about his method of killing his victim?
This part can make goosebumps because all these women came to him uh, with hopes. Some wanted to stay young, some wanted to improve their status, and some wanted a charm to prevent their husband from cheating on them. And do you know what Surati said? He said, I have a special ritual now, but I need to bury you into the sugar cane field for a while. Then, so that energy of nature can seep into your body. And they believe it. Once they were buried them into their ways, and they couldn't escape. That's when Suraji tied electrical cords around their necks and strangled them to death. And following instruction from his dreams, he drank their saliva and he buried the bodies whole. All the heads were turned toward the house and supposedly to increase the power. This is the most terrifying part. His three wives knew it, and they saw their husband carrying the bodies into the field. Then they help him to dig the holes and help cover them up. And 11 years, no one to report it to police.
Yes, that is his method of killing people. So yeah, a lot of like normal person actually do. If they kill, they gonna meet the police and they got into investigation by the police. So after 11 years of silence, Suraji finally caught up. There is a 21-year-old woman who's been missing up after she showed up in his house. But unfortunately, 15-year-old rickshaw driver, or in Indonesia we call it becak driver, saw her or remembered her dropping her off in his house. They didn't just find that moment. He found a lot of corpse in his house. So, Habib, did you know about the arresting story of Ahmad Suradji?
Okay. So Ahmad Suradji caught by the police because of, as you say, that the trackers, the result trackers of Twitter trackers tell the police about his last truck, his last location, David's truck. It's Suradji house. Yeah. Then police start search the house of Suradji and found David's stuff. Then after, not after, during interrogation, Suradji admitted that he killed 41 others. Then police start digging up
You got the
sugarcane field,
fields, of course.
the sugarcane field, and found 42 bodies. Then police asked around the community, and community reported there are 80 families that lost his daughter. So the total is
Yeah, a lot of that. Actually, the official record is lower than expectation. And after his arresting, the trial is a national sensation. Despite his earlier confession, Suradji tried to claim he was innocent, but the evidence will clearly show he actually killed a lot of women. So Suradji spent time in jail before his death row, and even after his execution, people were actually still angry at him and want to kill him more after his death, before he was sent into the graveyard. And Habib, did you know about like the last story of Ahmad Suradji?
so Ahmad Suradji after my study, he finally got death sentence by the firing squad in the April 27, 1998, and he finally got executed in the 10th July 2008. And his last word is, "The black magic came from God. I don't have it anymore. I have it." So that's all.
Yeah, that is the end of Ahmad Suradji's story. What's truly terrifying about Suradji isn't just the killing, it is trust. He used people's faith in supernatural to lead them straight into their own graveyard. It makes you wonder, in a world where we want to believe in magic and quick fixes for our problem, how easily can that hope be turned against us? So that is the dark legacy of Ahmad Suradji, the sorcerer of Medan. If you want another like-minute cases like this one, be sure to follow us along because we've got a lot of cases that we're gonna talk about. So make sure to follow our podcast for more deep dive into the world's most haunting cases. Thank you for enjoying, thank you for listening and watching. See you and goodbye.